Well, they say that you can't put a value on education. All of the storage space is taken up by the schoolwork. G'day. Because of the amount of rain that we've had recently, the roads are shut in Wiluna. And so the mail hasn't been able to come to us. So this morning, I'm going to fly up, catch up with Brendan, pick up the mail, and take him for a wrap. I'm going to have a little bit of extra weight on board on my way back. So I want to use the long strip. And I need to check if I can access the long strip, or if we're going to have to do a little bit of ferrying. So one of the issues that I've got is the taxiway here. The last couple of days, it's soaked in, and it's made the taxiway just a little bit damp. So I need to check and make sure that I'm going to be able to taxi over it without getting bogged. You can see all the kids' footprints, and we've got the wheel marks. Up here is where I'm actually concerned, because even the postie bike was sinking in yesterday. The plane's pretty light, but I'm going to have extra fuel on board so we can do a joy flight and Brendan can have a look over his place. So I want to make sure that as I'm taxiing out, I'm not going to get bogged. So it's a good idea to check the strip over. The main strip is all good. That can handle it. This little taxiway needs a bit of work. Looks like it's going to be able to handle it though. So that's going to save me a bit of time and give me an easier, longer strip to take off on with that extra weight. Let's get to it.
Just flying over one of the main parts of Lake Carnegie itself. Out this way, towards the west, there's a larger body of the lake, and that goes through a good 20 more kilometres. It is a significant feature in the state of Western Australia. And we're very lucky to be able to see it when it gets this much water in it. I have seen it before where it had the entire lake was full, and that was just after Cyclone Damien in 2020. So I'm not far off the homestead now, but what I'm going to do quickly is I'm just going to have a look at the main airstrip. The guys told me that it was a little bit wet, and so it's probably not going to be the best spot to land. I don't particularly feel like getting bogged. It's a really nice big airstrip. You can see it's the full cross. They get a lot more air traffic here, people travelling across Australia by plane. They also have fuel reserves which are available for people to purchase and use. But I can see from here there is a bit of flood damage on the strip. So I've got the homestead down here.
So I've landed here at Carnegie, and the airstrip was a little bit dicey, so we'll put it down on the road. Made sure that it was clear, and the road is closed at the moment. So we ducked over for a quick cup of tea, and before I pick up this mail and load up and head home, Brendan and I are going to go for a bit of a wrap and have a look at how the country's responded and how much water we've got laying around up here at Carnegie. So, g'day Brendan.
G'day, how you going?
So we're going to jump in the plane, we'll have the intercom so you can hear, and we'll just see what we see.
Okay, now we're live.
Roger.
Clear prop. Now I'm just going to let that run for a little bit, and it's just to get the temperature in the carby down a bit.
Yeah, right.
It's a hot carby might stall out on you, or not stall out, or vapor lock, bit of a fuel pickup.
Yeah,
that's not a lot of fun.
You ever had that, what do they call it, carby freeze or something like that?
Oh yeah, that's really high altitude.
Yeah, okay.
We don't go that high.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, so naturally you've got your belts on, the door's shut. We've got a sat phone in the back, you know how to use one of those pretty well.
Roger.
In between your legs we've got an EPIRB down there. Yep. So if we get critical, we can do that. And we're on UHF 9, so we can talk back down. Cool. Alright, so that's cooled down enough. if we need to, you've got a spot up there you can hold, and you've got the dash that you can hold onto as well. And we just need to make sure we keep our feet clear of the controls.
Yep.
And we are good to go. Run our revs up, get down the strip, we've got hardly any wind, and we've got plenty of time to get off the ground. And also we've got that aircraft carrier launch at the end. Alright. That bit of extra weight's, taking us longer. So get to 40 knots and then I pull the flaps on. And that gives us just that extra bit of lift. And we had half the strip extra to go.
Easy.
Now if you want some better airflow, you've got your little door vent.
Oh yeah, cheers.
And you tilt it to the front.
Oh yeah.
Now we've got good fuel pressure. I'm just going to turn the pump off. Although the windmill, I was looking for that to get my direction for the wind.
Oh yeah. Not doing much today.
No.
Bloody beautiful day, isn't it?
With two of us in here, because you've got that extra bit of weight, it actually balances us out really nicely to take out those bumps and shudders.
So are you sort of fighting against yourself a bit most of the time when you're by yourself?
You just accept it.
Yeah, right. So you just get used to that and that's a habit, is it?
Yeah. Tiny little corrections and like trying to keep the ball in the middle and you stomp on the side that the ball's gone to with the your rudder.
Oh, okay, yeah.
To push your tail back in and gets you into balance.
Do you still look at that or not really?
Oh, all the time.
Yeah, right.
This is one of the critical, you make sure you do a low scan, just checking everything down here, make sure that you're all good.
Yeah.
And then you do a high scan which checks your fuel tanks as well and make sure that you don't have any birds.
Well, these are all topped up again?
Yeah, they're looking good. That's salt out front, isn't it?
Yeah, it's funny how you get like the fresh ones and salt just right next to each other, eh?
Oh yeah.
Like some of these probably do change, I suppose, over time, but there's one back sort of on the south run there, Dingo and Canes in between there, and there's just one sandhill between them, and it just stays salty, stays fresh, and you can see it like filtering through.
What you guys need at Carnegie is a dome shelter. Because they stand out so well, because it's a big bright white thing.
Yeah.
I had a bit of trouble seeing the shed. Look, well-trained cattle, they're running to the other side of the fence. Oh, there's a good number down here. Look at far out, that's a good 30 odd. Just on the right side of that lagoon, the bright green.
Oh yeah, yep, got them now. Yeah, good bob there.
People keep commenting on the YouTube channel, they're like, oh, there's no cattle, I can't see any cattle. And it's like, you won't see them from like a GoPro on a plane. It's
not until you get the eye for it, isn't it?
Yeah, got a good mob. Just on this side, the ones that aren't running, near this bright green, southern side of that creek.
Yeah. It's actually pretty good, like they're pretty good cattle here too, they muster really well. Like it's a really good muster here.
Yeah. Because
Pete and that just start at the top of that sort of wash through there with the bikes, get them through, and then we get a mob together here and it's all to the main road. They're all pretty trained well here as well, most of them know what they're meant to do. Then you get to the rest of Carnegie and they just run in 100 different directions.
Scatter.
Yeah.
Like marbles.
Yeah.
Alright, you're good for a landing?
Yep.
Look at that. Love those flaps.
Can you fly with the doors off on these things?
Yeah.
You do that ever?
Yeah. I would load her up and I'll just slip on home.
Yeah. Probably
10 to
got to get
12.
back for your call soon, don't
Yeah. Call it. Yeah, be home by 12:30.
Yeah.
Rightio, Brendan, so what do you reckon of the water we've got around?
Well, it looks bloody good actually. It's greened up real nice up there. Yeah, it's good to see country freshen up a bit. We needed that rain.
Good to have a bit of a look over it from the sky as well.
It is, yeah, because we haven't got the plane like you do. We can't really get anywhere because we'll just get bogged straight away. So it's good to get up, have a look, make sure everything's still there, and no damage. It was nice, gentle rain.
Yeah, no, it looks really, really good, and it's responding well.
Mm.
So, yeah, speaking of getting bogged, why I'm up here is because our mail couldn't get through because the roads are shut.
Yeah, good rain, but that means the roads are wet, so mailman can only go so far.
So tell us about how you've ended up with my mail.
So we've gone to Carnegie Station, which is our neighbour on the other side of you, to the north. We've picked up the mail. The mailman got there. He arrives there in the night time, stays there the night normally, but that's when the rain started bucketing down, so he had to stay there the night. He got a bit scared and took off and left everyone's mail there. So we've picked up your mail, Wongwell's mail, and Winder's mail, and distribute it from there.
Yeah, you know, bloody handy. Glad that you did. Looks like the beer's made it.
Yeah, so. It looks like you needed the mail. There's some important stuff in here.
Yes, yeah. Funnily enough, there's a bit of stuff here for the YouTube channel as well.
That's good. Keep everything rolling.
Yeah, and we've got a mount here for our Starlink. So in a couple of weeks, we're going to get together and cut one of those Starlink dishes up and put them into their boxes.
We are, yep. We got one, you got one, so we've got to set them up.
Yep. No, well...
And everything else, the School of Air stuff, that's probably important, isn't it?
That's been listed as highly important, so
yep.
can't let that one go. Couple of weeks till school starts again, but all the girls' stuff for school is coming in the mail, and it's good that they've got the next term's worth of stuff before it starts.
Yep.
Right, well, let's toss some in the plane.
Better.
Yeah, keep coming. Plenty of room. Keep coming, keep coming. Yep. Let's have a look at this. Pretty well full in here. The whole storage capacity has been taken up with the school boxes. And I've got my passenger, which is the mailbag. we've still got quite a bit that's been left behind, but I'm pretty sure that I can trust Brendan with a couple cartons of beer.
Could be a few missing by the time you get back, but we'll see how we go.
The delivery fee, storage fees.
They look pretty tasty.
Yeah, look, Jasmine was unhappy with me suggesting that I come up here and, you know, reduce the weight that I need to carry home.
Are you on channel, Jasmine?
Got you, Jack?
Yep, I'm about 5 minutes out. I have to use the long airstrip.
Right, do you want me to come down with a vehicle?
Yeah, that'd be great, thank you.
Alright, and we are off down to the airstrip, aren't we, ladies?
Yeah, we are.
What have we got to go get?
Mail.
We're going to go meet the aeroplane and get our mail delivery, don't we?
Yeah. Yeah, from Daddy in the yellow aeroplane.
Well, they say you can't put a value on education. All of the storage space is taken up by the schoolwork. So there's one passenger. Alright, so one box for school.
Mommy, look, one box to cool.
Second box for school.
Walk another.
Third box for school. Fourth. Right, so that is all the school boxes. So yeah, just a little bit of space taken up by all of that. But it's been a good day for a fly. And catching up with Brendan was pretty good as well. We had a good fly around there. Yeah, Missy, I did have a fly. So here we are. This is part schoolroom, part office. What have we got here, Jasmine?
This is the mail delivery of the term's worth of school resources and school books for the two girls.
Alright, so can you explain a little bit about how school works for the girls out here? How far are we from the school?
We are 270 kilometres from the nearest school, which is at Laverton.
So not exactly on the bus route.
No, definitely not on the bus route, if there even was a bus. No, so the girls are enrolled in Kalgoorlie School of the Air. And instead of doing it via the radios, the kids do essentially Zoom lessons once a day. They have a half an hour Zoom lesson. And these boxes are full of all of the resources and the lessons that the teachers and the school put together to send out to the kids and to me. So as you can see, the school sends out resources. And while it may look like a random assortment of resources, it, however, is not. Because somewhere in amongst these boxes will be
So So this is not quite a normal sort of unboxing video people would be watching on YouTube.
Definitely not a normal unboxing video.
But you don't know quite what you're going to get?
No, you do not know what you're going to get. And I can assure you the boxes are usually in far better condition. They got wet on the mail run because of the cyclone. So, in these pouches, we have blocks of work. So this is for a kindergarten, and this is weeks 1 to 3 worth of school stuff. And in these we have workbooks. So this is the standard workbook that we would get, and this outlines the days of school, what the student is doing for the day, and it gives you the instructions and what to do. And then some pages in here are for the student to fill in. And then the rest of the bag is full of the resources that the students will need for their lessons. So for example, you know, for fine motor for the weeks, they've got all of these resources, and then the instructions will be in the book telling you how to use them and what to guide.
Right, and do you ever send stuff back to the school?
That we do. It's probably our most common mail to and fro these days. These are the mail bags. These ones are currently filled to go back to school with the end of term one's schoolwork. So in here is the filled in and the completed workbooks, which get sent back. Any bits of actual completed schoolwork that aren't in the workbooks. And then we also return the resources that are not single-use resources. So this gets sent back to the school. It's on a postage paid service, thankfully. And then the teachers will go through and they will mark it all, and then they send it back and I get it back again. So we have a constant stream of these beautiful blue bags arriving in the mail and going out in the mail as well.
Now I noticed that some of the lessons or lesson plans there have things like motor skills.
Yes.
So they've got little activities. Say one of them at the moment is sports and cricket. How do the teachers assess those?
Videos. I take videos all day long. Cricket is the sport for the term. So it's the focus for today's particular lesson for cricket is bowling. So this is where it becomes a real family affair, because it is quite difficult for me as the home tutor to instruct, to demonstrate and to take the video. So it becomes a family affair. Jack jumps in and he helps taking, well, most of the time with the sport stuff, he helps with the demonstrating and the skill, and I'll take the videos. So we take the videos, it gets uploaded onto Seesaw, and then the teachers can access it all throughout the day as they're uploaded, and they can comment and they can give feedback pretty much instantaneously. So this area here, not usually quite in this state, is one of the 2 schoolwork desks that I and myself and the girls use. We've got a computer which is supplied by Kalgoorlie School of the Air, and this is where the girls do their air lessons. We do morning muster, and they use it for any technology based learning that they have to do. But yeah, so my job for the next week is unboxing, and then I have to go through and do, I'm not sure if I have one yet. I have to go through and do a checklist, and I go through and I check that everything that the teachers have said that the kids need for their lessons is in fact in the boxes. So they go along and tick, and then I need to go along and tick, and that way we know at the start of the term if there is something missing. It gives us time to have a replacement sent out, or to buy it if that is what we need to do, or find something or an alternative around the house. So I've got a good couple of hours of going through all of these boxes and working out whose is whose and what goes where, and then organising and getting set up ready to start school on the 26th of April.
How much does it cost to attend School of the Air?
It is a government school, so thankfully for us it is a free education. I would say that the cost of School of the Air comes in many other ways. For example, not many other families have to buy desks for their kids starting from kindergarten. We buy an awful lot of resources. You know, there's a lot of craft activities, there's a lot of visual art stuff that is done in a day-to-day learning, especially in early childhood of schools. While we do get an awful lot of fantastic resources from Kalgoorlie School of the Air, there's only so much they can donate. Sending us empty boxes or cotton wool balls or a whole pile of paints, it's not necessarily the best use of resources. So there is an expectation upon families that they buy some of those resources themselves. By far the largest expense is time. That is our biggest expense. It is the time that us as parents and myself as the home tutor put into sitting here with the children and directing them and guiding them in their learning every day. That's my job, that's what I do.
So other stations, they'll often have a governess, and it's a job that you see advertised for every now and then?
Yeah, governesses are quite common. They come in and they get to be more of a teacher because they are not mum. They get to have that bit more authority. The kids will listen to them a bit more, I hope. That is an avenue that we have not gone down yet.
So that would cost a fair bit. Is there a availability for a subsidy? You know, it's a government school, but you've got to pay for the teacher as well if you've got a governess? Yes, unfortunately it is an expense upon us. So whether it's the expense is myself and I am doing it and therefore I can't go out and work, or I can go out and work but then we are paying someone else to do the educating of the kids. Unfortunately, there are no subsidies. Okay, so you've got quite a lot of boxes there to go through. Yes, I do. I guess I'll leave you to it. Why, thank you. You don't want to help? I have a video to edit. Convenient, isn't it?